Hey, this is Steve from mythecareer.wordpress.com, and in today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about what it feels like to have other people read your screenplays. Regular readers to the blog know that I've felt comfortable enough with my writing to not consider it a total waste of time to start submitting it to a couple contests. First, or most notably, the sneeze contest. Now, the Screenwriting Expo's screenplay competition. I submitted 2 screenplays, both Served Cold and The Collector. Now, the reason I've felt comfortable enough submitting my stuff to competitions is, as an amateur and a hobbyist writer, I think all of us are a little self-conscious about what we write. But sometimes, we need somebody outside of a friend or an associate or somebody we know in person to write and give us feedback. And I kind of did that this summer when I entered the Cyberspace Open. Now, that was only a little 4-page screenplay, as part of a contest with pretty strict guidelines and regulations. But doing as well as I did gave me a lot of confidence to say, hey, these people don't think I write too bad. Maybe I need to start listening to my inner voice that's telling me I am making progress. Because it's hard to judge your own stuff, You can only compare it to other stuff that you've written. And even then, you don't know if you're totally being objective or not. So I've always told myself I wasn't going to submit anything to a contest as long as I felt like it read or it screamed amateur hour. And I kind of reached a point where I didn't feel that way anymore. So I submitted it to the contest, and I might clean them up again and edit them and submit them to something else down the line. Who knows? But it had always been a goal of mine to enter something into a contest, and I finally did that, and it feels pretty good. But along with entering screenplays into a competition goes with the knowledge of knowing that some strange person you've never met who doesn't know you is going to read your stuff and pass judgment on it quite quickly. Anybody who's read a screenplay knows, or at least read multiple screenplays knows, within that first 10 to 15 pages, it's either going to click with you or it's not. By that time, you're going to be introduced to the main characters. You'll probably have a general sense of the direction of the film. There's usually one sort of event that's kind of happened by then to kind of hook you in. So by that 15-page mark, if it's not clicking with you, you're probably not going to finish it. So it's hard to try to structure your screenplay to grab that reader. And when you send something to a friend of yours, or a co-writer, or somebody who you exchange ideas with or can trust their opinion on your screenplay, they're going to finish it even if it doesn't click that first 15 pages. And they're going to provide you some feedback, because maybe those first 15 pages are weak, but the remaining 2/3 of the script are good. You just need to work on that beginning to hook the reader better. But in a contest, you don't have that luxury, and so there's some strange person you've never met that's passing judgment on your writing. And maybe it's just me, but that kind of feels weird, to know that somebody is doing that. Pardon me for a second while I blow my nose. Sinuses for me in the morning are terrible, and when I drive to work often involves blowing my nose 10 to 15 times. I don't wish that on anyone. But back to my point, it's kind of weird knowing some strange person's reading your writing. But as strange as it seems for me, I had to get over that. Yeah, it's a little awkward, but it's a requirement of the business. If you try to pursue writing in general, especially screenwriting, you're going to have a ton of people you don't know reading your stuff and passing judgment on it, and you can't take it personally. So I've kind of had to come to grips with that. I can't take it personally. I'm not going to get any feedback from this contest, so it's not a big deal. If I don't shortlist or semifinal or any of that stuff. It's not that I'm a bad writer necessarily, but that there were many people who were better than me, so to speak. And that's kind of how I view a lot of these things. It's how I viewed the Cyberspace Open. I did pretty well in the second round, scored really well in the first round. It's not that what I wrote in the second round was bad. It's just that 15 people wrote stuff that was a lot better, and that's just the reality. Whether it's sports or art or whatever, it's not that what you're doing is necessarily bad. It's just that there are still people who do it a lot better than you, and you got to keep working until that margin of people better than you shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. Hopefully one day I'll get there, but fortunately, having screenwriting as a hobby, the luxury of having it as a hobby and being an amateur, I don't need to worry about it for a paycheck. So I get to take as much time as I need to make that transition. I just wanted to chit-chat a little bit about that. I hadn't done a video in a while. Thought I would shoot something up. I got an iPhone 4 that I put in my little FM transmitter stand in my car, so I don't have to hold the camera anymore when I record videos in the car. So I thought I'd give it a whirl this morning, and it seems to be working out pretty good. So hopefully everybody else's writing is going well. Anybody else who entered in the Screenwriting Expo Screenplay Competition, best of luck to you. Hopefully you feel like your stuff is as strong as I do, and you keep working on it. So until next time, this is Steve from myothercareer.wordpress.com. Keep writing.